So welcome back to a brand new episode of Walkin and Talkin with Tim. And today's guest is my friend and fellow Harvest member, and God knows what else we do together, Kevin Diduch, who is the owner and principal attorney at KD Law in Haddonfield, right?
That's it, in Haddonfield.
Hey,
Wait a minute, you said we were going to hold hands.
I got something right. Not yet. Right. So I'm going to start out by letting Kev tell you a little bit about what KD Law does, what kind of law they practice, and what they're all about.
KD Law prides itself on giving real advice from real people. We are a comprehensive real estate land use development firm, sole specializing in litigation, servicing everybody in the state of New Jersey.
Giddy up. So first thing, you told me that you grew up Oakland, Washington Township, but you told me there was some fun stuff about Oakland to Washington Township.
Yeah, well, my parents, they divorced when I was pretty young.
Yep.
After that, my mom opened up a liquor store with my grandmother. She ended up getting remarried. They opened up a deli called Quick Stop Deli in Collingswood that they owned for a number of years. And we moved to Washington Township when I was just about 12.
12. Young buck.
That's it. Kind of changed the course of my life, to be honest with you, because if it wasn't for that move, I'm firmly a big believer that I would have been stuck in the perpetual movement of running and gunning with people that just weren't up to my speed and weren't focused on education. So great public school system in Washington Township. It's where I live now. My wife, who's actually an immigrant, she immigrated from South Philadelphia to Washington Township. She lives there. We lived there our whole lives, just about since the time that I was 12.
Roger that. So, and then you said that, at some point later in life, you went to actually live with your dad because you had to go to, well, you didn't have to. That's not why you went there. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I graduated with a history degree from Wesley College in Dover, Delaware.
There we go.
And that was in 2008. I became a fraud investigator for a local bank in Wilmington. And on February 9th of 2009, they called us all into a room. I basically decided the career wasn't for me. I spent most of my time in a call center environment explaining to people why buying porn on the internet and then $2,000 worth of shoes was kind of suspicious.
I
said to myself, you know what, there's more to life than this. So made the decision that I was gonna leave anyway.
Yep.
They beat me to it. They laid off me and about 200 other people, and went home, found out my parents were moving to Arizona. I was living in Delaware at the time.
Right.
And decided that I was gonna call my dad and find a place to live. Hey, Pop, he has an apartment in Maple Shade. I'm gonna live with him for a little bit.
Yeah.
He calls and says, well, great idea, Kev, because I have bladder cancer and I could really use an extra set of hands right now. So same day, I lost my job, place to live, went to go live with my dad, and it was great because I was dating a girl named Stacy, who I've been with for quite some time.
Yep.
Been together for 18 years in total. We have 2 wonderful kids now and married for 10 happy years.
Oh, we'll get to that. So the next thing was that you told me that I thought was crucial was you were deciding to be a lawyer. And when you said you were deciding to be a lawyer, one of the things that you did was go to Barnes & Noble and bought a book called, what was it?
Books, those things that people read every now and again.
What was the name of the book?
Paralegal Careers for
Dummies. That's it. This is the most entertaining thing I found in the whole conversation. So tell them what happened with that.
Read the book, bought the book, read the book.
First chapter.
First chapter of the book. Paralegals help attorneys do this. They help attorneys do that. I said, shit, I'm 23 years old. I might as well just go become a lawyer. It's exactly what I ended up doing.
That's the best. I love that so much. And now here you are, right? How many years later?
Well, I've been practicing for 7 years and never going back. Seriously, I was always made to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
My mom told me when I was a kid growing up that either I was going to be a state trooper because I enjoyed giving people the business so much that I got a pure joy out of it, or I was going to become a lawyer, and there I was.
And there you go. And then birth of KD Law. Love it. And KD Law is super popular. If you don't know Kev, if you haven't used Kev, one of the best there is. So let's talk about how you met your wife, because I love this story too. So you got a high school sweetheart situation going on.
She's the best.
Kev was in the choir, and so was his wife. And talk a little bit. Tell him how it happened, Kev.
Thankfully for my friend and soon-to-be new client, David Van Antwerp, Mr. V.
Mr. V.
My wife Stacy and I met in concert choir, which was the 9th period class at Washington Township High School. I was a senior without a car. She's a year older than me. I like older women, just in case you didn't know. And she came back one day for a school project. I said, hey, Stace, you mind driving me home? Driving me home turned into, hey, you're kind of cute. Why don't we go on a date? March 5th, 2004.
You're cute or she's
We're not
cute?
looking back. She's cute.
There you go. I think you're both cute. I mean, we'll go with that.
I appreciate that.
We'll hold hands later.
I told you I like the view back here.
So go ahead. So you're married when?
We were married June 23rd of 2012.
Uh-huh.
You're going to edit the hesitation on the year, right? So,
No edits.
it's been wonderful ever since. Seriously. We have two beautiful girls, Sarah and Abigail. Sarah's 6, Abby's 2. And we're just living the dream.
Right, and as part of that dream, I asked you what was your favorite thing to do when you go home and when you unwind.
It's got to be playing video games. I'm a big Nintendo nerd. And my daughter and I, my Sarah, we play all the time. I have a Nintendo Switch. I play it probably 2-3 times a week when I'm not focused on being a good dad and raising my kids. I'm sitting there playing Ninja Turtles with her.
Yeah, not Fortnite, not all that craziness.
No.
Because I don't
No.
either. I don't play that stuff either. I don't know anything about it. I think you have to read an entire book before you can play one of those new video games.
To play Fortnite, I just don't have the stomach to be called a jerk by a 12-year-old online. I just really don't have it.
You'd be suing some kid. Lovely. So that leads me to that you love. Wait, because you and I are the same. We both love to vacation. Where?
Disney World.
Right. And why? Tell them why, because I try to tell people why I like Disney so much, and some people just don't get it.
Disney's really, in my personal opinion, first-class entertainment. For the most part, you've got great accommodations, great rides. It's all well maintained. It's all clean.
Yeah.
You know, that mouse puts the fear of God in people pretty quick. And I got to tell you, my kids love it. I love watching my kids in Disney World. I don't like watching other people's kids in Disney World because that's creepy. But for the most part, love the characters. Love just everything about it.
Right. I'm the same way. When we go, even today, my daughters are the same distance as yours, Sarah and Kristen. So they're about 4 years apart. And when we go, even now, they just kind of walk together, and the mood changes, and their attitude changes, and it's like a tradition. And I think it's just a different atmosphere that just changes the way you think.
It needs to change, right? So people's mentalities about work, about
Yes.
their commitments to their health, their personal
Out the
fitness,
window.
it's all got to change. There's
Yeah.
so much stress out there for people right now.
Oh God.
You just never know who you're going up against, what their life is like, what their day is like. Disney, and just basically any time to give somebody else in your life another moment to breathe,
Yeah.
that's key. You just can't give somebody more than that.
No. And you said you like hiking too. That's your other passion. And you started a group for that. So let's talk about that a little bit.
So I know I don't look like a hiker, but I have a little bit of a hashtag thing. Anybody can hike. Anybody, no matter how big or small, can hike. And while I'm in this process of trying to get myself a little smaller, at the same time, I still like the outdoors, always have. And so I started a group called the Husky Hikers Foundation. And the Husky Hikers, basically, it's a group of folks that like to get together, no matter the age, the size, and go for nice walks in some of our great New Jersey state parks.
And that's still happening now?
Yeah, every now and again we have an event. I'd say every
Catch up.
3 to 6 months. It's been a little bit of a break. That thing called the pandemic scared me away from getting outdoors as much as I have, but
A little bit.
opening up my own law firm kind of helped that, crunch the calendar a little bit too. But
And we did mention that you won Business of the Year last year at the Gloucester County Chamber of Commerce.
so this year I got a phone call from Janet Garrity of the Gloucester County Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
Janet said to me, Kevin, you won Small Business Person of the Year. I said, Janet, that makes no sense whatsoever. I'm 325 pounds. And what do you mean by small, right? After that awkward moment, she calms me down. She explains to me, small in the size of the business, nothing else, and that it was just because of the way that I've been able to give back to the community. What she didn't know is my secret. I don't really give back to the community. I raise enough noise and attention to the causes that I like and support,
Right.
to bring other people to the table to give a couple bucks with me. In fact, my wife said to me not that long ago.
We're gonna U-turn, ready?
Oh, sure.
1, 2, can we do this? Yeah, look at us, huh? Professionals.
My wife said to me, you know what, I got an idea for a charity. I bet you make a donation to your wife and kids. So I've been doing that, Stace. And when I don't make a donation to the Bank of Stacy, I make a donation to great organizations like A Kid Again,
Right.
Maryville Addiction Treatment Centers, also the Food Bank of South Jersey,
Right.
Gloucester County United Way, Joseph's House of Camden. These are all organizations that are near and dear to my heart. I've either spent time or money there, and it's just important to make noise in life. I'm a firm believer in that.
You want to bring that up or save that for later?
Now I'm going to bring it up right now. So,
All right, so here we go. This is the first time. Here we go on the Walkin' and Talkin' with Tim show.
it is my privilege to announce the founding of the Noisemakers Foundation, an organization that's designed to bring professionals together in a common place to partner with organizations like Angels Community Outreach to throw events on their behalf and to get community support behind the things that are important to us as business professionals, just as humans. Even if you don't own a business and you just want to show up somewhere to give back, we're for you.
And like you said, you know, it's the silence. You talked about the silence.
When people remain silent, no noise is said, no noise is made. The less noise, the less progress.
The less change.
Stand up, speak up, make a change,
Yep.
and let's make some noise.
There you go. That's probably going to be on his website. And you heard it here first. But no, it's great stuff. I mean, I'm all about that too. I'm on the board at the Hardball House, and I do some other things. But, you know, I try to bring nonprofits together just to meet. I mean, just talk about what each other is doing, because although some nonprofits think that they're in competition with others, it's really not the case. People are going to give money to whatever nonprofit they're passionate about, regardless of what other nonprofit they're helping. So I think it's important to know each other and to have a relationship with each other so that you can help each other out. I mean, we rise together, right?
For every single nonprofit that's fighting with another nonprofit, there's 10, 15, 20 people
We got to go to the left here, so.
who are fighting with the issue that those nonprofits are designed to prevent and protect. So it's just a matter of everybody has to come together. Everybody should want to come together.
Yeah.
Of
We're
course,
a team.
the missions are important. The how you get there in the mission is also important. But ultimately, the people and the communities that we serve, that's paramount to everything.
Yeah, we're better united is what it's all about. We will achieve more if we work together. That's the bottom line.
Very true.
So if anybody wants to get a hold of Kevin Diduch, KD Law, how do they do that?
Please feel free to reach out to me. You can email me. You can reach me on social media at KD Law Group LLC. You can call my office, 856-888-6050, or send me an email, kd@kdlawgroupllc.com.
Bingo. All right, well, thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me.
This was great. Always
This
a
was
fun
wonderful.
time, right? You're always full of great energy, right?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So, and for everybody out there watching, thanks for watching. Thanks for following. Keep on moving. Follow me on Instagram. And we will like that button, right? And we will see you next time on Walkin' and Talkin' with Tim.